And here's the latest news.
Hello, my name is Trisha Takanawa, and I know everyone's interested in learning about Jesus today. Today we have Shayna, and she happens to be a very good friend of Jesus. Thanks for being with us today, Shayna. Please come in. First off, we'd like to know how Jesus was crucified.
The crucifixion of Jesus and his death is an event that happened during the first century. Jesus, whom most Christians regard as the Son of God, as well as the Messiah, was arrested, tried, and sentenced by Pontius Pilate to be tortured and finally executed on a cross. According to Mark's Gospel, he endured the torment for around 6 hours.
He must have been a really strong man if he could endure the torture for that long. So, according to Jesus, how is salvation attained?
In religion, salvation is the concept that as part of the divine providence, God saves people from both biological death by providing them an afterlife, and from spiritual death by providing divine law and judgment. Most Christians simply accept the teachings of their own denomination. This may be dangerous. With so many conflicting beliefs about salvation, Christian faith groups today, the chances are very high that a Christian's own denomination is wrong about salvation. Unfortunately, if a person believes in the reality of hell, the stakes could be very high. It is very important to believe and to be confident in your own salvation. Some Christians believe that they can assess God's will through prayer. However, a small-scale pilot study that was conducted indicates that prayer is a very unreliable method of determining God's will. One way to work out their salvation may be for the Christians to go back to the basics.
That's really interesting. And although Jesus had many parables, could you explain 2 of them for me today?
Yes, of course. The first one I will explain is the parable of the Good Samaritan. And that is about a man that went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and came upon thieves, which stripped him of his clothes and wounded him and left him laying there half dead. And by chance a priest came by that way. When he saw him, he passed by on the other side. And then another man came by when he was at the place, looked at him, and passed by on the other side. But a good Samaritan was walking by where he was, and when he saw him, he had felt bad for him, and went to him and wrapped up his wounds, pouring in them oil and wine, and brought him to an inn and took care of him. When he left, he took out 2 pence and gave them to the host and said to him, "Take care of him, and if you spend more, when I come back, I will repay you."
Well, at least someone was nice enough to stop and help out. So, what other parable are you going to explain for us today?
I'm going to explain the prodigal son. It is about a man that has 2 sons. The younger son asks his father to give him his portion of the family estate as an early inheritance. When the son gets the money, he goes out and wastes his fortune on wild living. His money when he runs out, a severe famine hits the country, and the son finds himself in need of money. He takes a job feeding pigs. He is in such need that he even eats the pig food. The man then, after coming to his senses, remembers his father. He is embarrassed, but yet still decides to return to his father and ask for forgiveness and mercy. The father, who had been watching and waiting, he welcomes his son back home with open arms. He is very happy and has a feast to celebrate. While this is all happening, the older son, not one bit happy, goes into a jealous fit, and the father says to him, "You are always with me, and everything I have is yours."
Thank you for explaining the parables. And so, why was it so hard for people to believe that Jesus was the Son of God?
Jesus was a big influence on history. He was a figurehead of Christian religion. The teachings and practices of Jesus have convinced many people to believe in and follow him. So from that, many people believe that he is the Son of God.
Well, After you explain that, I certainly believe he is the Son of God. So why did the Romans consider his teachings a threat?
The Romans feared it a lot because they thought Jesus' teachings would influence the people to revolt or Jesus would take over.
Thank you for being with us today, Shayna. You can exit over there.
Thank you.